Ah, it's ironic given we, maybe now's not the best time to discuss irony. God, what is wrong with me? I'm usually such a high achiever, for a criminal.
So you have seen heists happen.
Yes.
You have been around. You've witnessed heists.
Yes.
But you have yet to jump into heists.
Yes.
I have yet to try all the heists, which I regret.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time playing this weekend. We streamed it earlier this week, and I still have not done the entirety of heists.
Yeah.
I can go on and on about them for a long time, but I'm curious what questions you still have, and specifically I want to address concerns that people have, because I know there was issues at launch, which I wasn't there like right when they went live, so I missed out. I guess technically they weren't up. And
Yeah, there was
people
some
always
weird-
find stuff to
yeah.
complain about, but like what are the issues people are having with heists?
It was just that they just weren't working.
Right.
It was just servers were down, but I think the situation was remedied very quickly. So everyone I know that's been on there has been A-okay. My friends list is back again. GTA Online
Right.
heist. Like, oh no.
So yeah, it's interesting because if you are just jumping into a heist, it's cake. You don't really have to worry about anything if you know what you're doing and if you're decent at playing Grand Theft Auto 5. If you are the one orchestrating the heist, there's all sorts of stuff to think about.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So what's interesting so you have to put up, I don't know if 40 grand is the set fee. 40 grand is what I've seen people pay for. So you have to pay to start a heist, and then you get bonuses if you're able to see that heist all the way through. So if you've started heist number 2 and you're on setup mission 3, so 2-3.
Yeah.
And you have a friend that's like, oh, I really want to do that first one. I hear that's cool. I want to go do 2-1. The only way you can do that is if you totally cancel that heist, drop another 40 grand in, and start the whole thing all over again. Otherwise, if you want to finish your heist specifically that you started, you have to get people, you have to get either just, random people that you bump into in chat or your friends to help you out and do 4 setup missions and then the actual heist.
Yeah.
And then what you get in return is everybody gets a real nice payout after that 5th and final mission. But the person who set everything up obviously every time gets the lion's share of the cut because they're the one who put everything forward.
You can fail though, right?
Yeah, you can fail as many times as you want on a specific setup.
And you can keep retrying it?
Just on that one thing, yeah.
So once you're in for 40,000, you can keep retrying until you win and get your payday.
Correct. I have
Okay.
yet to start my own thing, so I don't know if you can go back to a previous setup. I think you can only just I think you can do them in any order, so you don't necessarily have to do those 4 in order. I think you get a bonus if you do them in a specific order. And the coolest bonus is if you finish all 5 missions for a heist,
I love that.
which takes at least an hour. Sometimes the 5th mission by itself takes an hour. Then you get $1 million. Everybody gets a mil. I don't know if everybody gets a mil, or maybe you get a mil to split or something. Like the specifics, I haven't really ironed out. And like I said, I haven't tried them all.
Yeah.
So I'm only on the 3rd one.
Is it fair? Now, Brandon Jones, you are well versed in
Right.
Final Fantasy XI and World of Warcraft and, of course, Grand Theft Auto. Would it be fair to say that you are getting a raid vibe from grouping up together, figuring out the strategies, and taking down these jobs?
Yeah, raids are really, really tough. Like you're supposed, like raids are geared in a way where, there's like one lesson you learn. And it's always like the mage, right? When you get into a pack of random enemies, it's just like, okay, which is the one that's healing everybody or buffing people? And you got to find that guy. And so that you can just look up online and then run through. It's really the boss fights. And then the big thing that obviously you're not doing raid-wise is there's no new areas. So there's nothing. There may be like 1 or 2 interiors that maybe they've opened up.
The prison, right? Some people are in the prison.
Yeah, so you can go to the prison. I think there's some NPCs there that weren't there before. But I think that's one of the big things is that usually in a raid you're used to this brand new environment that we're in.
New enemies, environments.
But at the same time, that's what I like about GTA 5 and why I think they can keep adding content onto this game is I'm fine with this map. I love this map. I'm used to it, from doing so many races. I actually know what off-ramps to take. So if I'm trying to evade the cops, it's nice being in an environment that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
And it's really funny what super tiny thing will screw a raid up or will screw a heist up. The only part that I actually felt was difficult, that actually kind of didn't look back and think, well, that was just a stupid mistake, or I totally know what to do this time, was actually thinking I don't know what to do here. We had to attack a place where the Lost was hanging out and steal 4 of their bikes. And there wasn't a finite amount of Lost, so they just kept coming and coming and coming, especially when you're at that junction, like when you actually are at this area, you got to get these bikes out of there. And so I'm shooting my way down, and two of the guys have already taken bikes, and it's just me and one other guy. And so like there's still guys bum rushing us, and I'm like standing next to the bike, and the guy next to me is just shooting dudes, and I'm like, get the bike, like I have my headset on, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm just like, get on the bike, get out of here. And he finally does and gets like hit by a shotgun like on his way out. And even like when I would get a bike and was driving out, there were guys in trucks that were showing up, and like there was one time I was driving through an intersection and just got hit by a shotgun blast, and like I didn't even see the guy that shot me. And then like the next time I did it had no issue. So I was like, I don't know if that's just dumb luck or if all of us were working together. So the one thing that Rockstar's really emphasized, they're like, you got to be playing with people that you know, people that you trust. Everybody's got to be on headset most of the time. Maybe I've just had really good luck, but actually one thing that's really surprised me about Heists is when you sign in, you'll see jobs pop up in the lower left-hand corner above your regular, like your mini map of requests for people who are doing jobs, and Heists are labeled green.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that like you log in and wait 30 seconds and bink, like one of those is going to pop up. And so when I loaded up my phone and said, yeah, I want to play a heist, and tried to jump into somebody's random heist, I found that I was being grouped up with a lot of people that were trying to set up a strong group, and like immediately booted me, which actually was really unusual to me in GTA. It was like, what? Like, that's strange that I would just like auto jump in. Yeah, it's level 75, and so I'm just like, nope. And granted, that guy's like level 250 or something. He's just like, not what I'm looking for. But if someone sent out an invite, not only was I accepted by that group, but those groups were pretty good. I actually, right when the day after Heist went live, managed to do a whole thing from start to finish all the way to the end with a random group of people that I never met before. And yeah, it's just a matter of people understanding their role. And I think that's one of my favorite things, and why this differs normally from jobs is sometimes you'll be in a group, and like once you're at a location, you'll have to split up and do two separate things. But I mean, it's interesting being a pilot for a heist, and that's it. Like you literally have to get in a plane, land it, pick some guys up, and take off.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
I love that. I love roles.
Which seems like really boring, but it's actually super tense because like while you're flying around the airport before you land, and this is in the prison break heist if you guys have done it already. You have jets that are chasing you, and so you get used to like how do you position yourself to where a jet like can't target you, and so like I got it like down to a science where I would just like lap these jets around and just go in circles and circles, and fun that like if I look out of my window, even like in first person now, and if I look really closely, I can see the two guys in the prison that are trying to get the prisoner out that I have to.
I love that. It's just so impactful when you have different roles, Like robbing a bank, I want to be the doorman and the wheelman. Just everyone goes in, it's their responsibility to lock it down, get the cash, but then when it's time to get out of there and I'm behind the wheel, now the responsibility falls on me. So just having everyone like have different roles just makes all the teamwork and everything just so meaningful.
And you can pick your roles until the heist. When it actually goes to like the real deal heist, that final mission, the person who put up the money actually picked, and you can see them picking in real time, like who's going to do what, and you can see what you're assigned. But even before then, it's fun because like some missions require you to wear certain things. It'll be like you have to dress up as a cop or an officer leading a prisoner in.
Yeah.
So Chris Wynn's character looks like Michael Damiani. So you have Damiani in like the prisoner outfit, like going through. And and just the way they set that up, and like I mentioned, like knowing the map. So it's one thing, you're playing Payday, and the map's like, the gameplay in that game is really unpredictable, but the map is kind of small, for each of the areas, and it's just fun to like, and one thing you have to like steal a cop car, so you're like steal a cop car, and then it's like just lose the cops, and it's like you can go anywhere. There's no time limit to this heist, so just take off. Like if you want to go to the beach, if you can lose people in the mountains, like I like to lose people up in the like the Hollywood Hills area, like up in there the suburbs, because I just like know where I'm going. So it's fun that like heists can spread out in that direction. Like I've done a couple of these before. They never end up the same way. And it's fun. A lot of people are, so there's 5 missions each, 5 heists. So that's 25 missions. Some people burn through them like immediately, like that day. Like if you're already in a crew, just done.
Yeah.
And some people are griping that they're like, oh, I wish there was more content. But I really like replaying these, especially with someone, kind of like Journey, playing that with someone who hasn't played it before, because you can show them the ropes. And if you know someone, like if I know you and I know how you like to play GTA, it's like, okay, you be the pilot, you be the, the
I could
the
rob a
driver.
bank forever, 100 times. And it's going to be different every time, like you said, because the map is so huge and everything is so unpredictable That to me would never get boring.
So now that they have everything set up, like you're saying, they got the servers working, so they have got those hiccups ironed out. I don't know if we're going to be getting more heists, but like I said, I haven't even tried all of these yet. So maybe we'll do one final heists recap after we do them all. You're a lowly level 7 or 8 the last time I left you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be bulking up.
Just
It seems sad that you'd have no friends for heists when you finally got up to the time
know,
where
now
you
I'm
could
not
do it.
even ready.
But I'm down. Anytime you want to do it.
Now that these the majority of reviews are behind me for a little bit,
Right.
I can hop back in.
Yeah, just don't play Bloodborne and play GTA.
Yeah,
That's it.
of
That's all you got to do. Just
Yeah.
separate yourself. Thanks,
Do you think
man.
it was worth it? The wait.
Heists?
Yeah. Worth the wait.
Yeah, because it's free. And because I've been playing online so much that I know these environments and I know these areas and I know where to go. So if they spot something on the map and they're like, oh, just head back to Lester's place. It's like, it's getting to the point now where like, I don't need to check the map. I know where that is.
That's
And
awesome.
and they set it up. It's not like, oh, this picks up right where the story left off. Like Lester says when he first gets here, he's like, I know it's been a while. I know. He's like, but I was just waiting for you guys, to get good at this game and to understand like what it means to be a criminal. And then we can throw these more difficult things at you, which of course
That's right.
Crew's just like, this is a piece of cake. It's like, that's because
Yeah.
you're really good at the game and, you're rewarded as such. So I enjoy it. Looking forward to the other ones and I will deliver the news to you when I finish it off.
Cool.
Thanks, man.